Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another ETF2L Season 13 interview with myself, Admirable. This is number 4, and as such represents something of a midpoint in our series, so let's have a little cheer. Yay!
Yay.
What better way to celebrate this glorious occasion than with a celebration of the meteoric rise of Team Decerto's Star Scout, Stark. Are you ready to be celebrated, Stark?
Of course, I'm ready to be celebrated.
Before we get underway, I must confide in you that the main objective of this interview series has always been to attempt to cultivate an interest in fashion amongst the Premier Division. All that nonsense about teams and competition is, in fact, a cunning ruse. What the people really want to know is what hats and miscellaneous items will you be equipping for Season 13?
Well, I was watching the other interviews and it seemed everyone else was a fashion disaster. So I'm gonna ramp up the fashion level with, on Scout I've got a black, well no it's not black, a vintage tossle cap, earbuds and black essential accessories.
All black?
No, the hat isn't.
Okay, I'm liking it. It sounds sleek. It sounds very hip, very trendy.
I spent ages as some kind of keen trader, and then I never did any, like as soon as I got all the items I wanted, I got this plugin that turns off hats. So it seems a bit useless to me, but whatever.
Do you synchronize your hats with your scout partner or anything keen like that?
Oh no. I think you have to be good before you do that.
Oh, self-deprecating humour. Okay, now let's get down to business. I'm going to start you off with a backhanded compliment. You recently won the ETF2L Nations Cup with England, in addition to graduating to the Premiership with Decerto. And yet, even now, there are plenty of people in the scene who don't really know who you are. Why is it that when I mention your name, people are still asking who?
I guess it's because, aside from Div 1 and Prem, I've only been in Div 4 and 5 and 6. But I don't know, I got to a decent level before, and then my computer started breaking horribly, so I kind of took a break for about 3-4 months. And then someone built up my PC for me, and I came back, and I was much better, and I advanced very quickly. So I wasn't really around in the scene for a while for people to recognise me.
Maybe we can get Bones to make you an overly flattering movie, like you could be the next Dr. Justice, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Well, you first came onto my radar in last season in Division 1, a fixture that sort of stuck in my mind because it was also the first game I cast it with DJC and Vanilla TV. It was against the Justice League. You guys were a map down, you lost Granary, but you managed to bring Snakewater to a golden cap, and then this Stark kid shows up and just goes berserk with some sick sniper play. Snatches 2 points for his team. Would you say that was a breakthrough moment for you? Like page 1 of the Legend of Stark?
Maybe. I don't know, I'd say I was overrated because the occasion, like in that game I didn't play so well. It was more just at the end I did, I think it was 3-4 headshots in a row, which kind of, and then as it was at the end of the game and it won the golden cap, it meant people rated me better than I actually was. But I don't know, I wouldn't say I was that great.
Yeah, I probably agree with you. It wasn't really an amazing performance, but just you sort of came out, that was maybe part of it, that you came out from nowhere, like having played maybe in the shadows for most of the 2 maps. You just came out right at the end and we were like, wow. But at that time, the team was still sort of reeling from the exodus of Pole, Tarkus and Reveril. You came into pretty much a shell of a team mid-season and somehow managed to finish second in Division 1 and earn promotion to the Premier Division eventually. That's not bad for some scrub who'd spent the previous season in Division 4. Like, how much has the Stark we've seen in Season 13 grown over the last 2 seasons? What in particular have you tried to improve upon?
I'd say it was mainly my DM, really. I mean, I don't go on DM servers that much, but I really started to think about how I was dodging, where I was aiming, because before in Division 4, all you really had to, I didn't really think about what I was doing, I just kind of ran at the enemy, and I didn't really have to think about my aim either. But then, as soon as I get into Div 1, it's just like, I start running into people and then they kill me. And I kind of have to rethink about my plan for everything and what I have to think about before I go into fights. But I didn't watch my demos or anything. It was more just thinking during the game, oh, I keep dying in this particular situation, I should probably stop doing that.
So you took the mic route, you went MGE all the way.
Of course. Actually, I don't really like MGE as scout. No air shots.
You prefer deathmatch?
I play a bit of deathmatch from time to time, but most of the time the server's full. So I just go and play some pub.
Pub star, interesting. So that would be your advice then to any budding scouts, just work on your aim and the rest will follow?
Yeah. 24/7 Badwater as scout is the best way to train your aim.
Do you feel like you're all aim, no brain?
I wouldn't say so, because my aim isn't that great. You see, it's not bad, but when people play against me, I doubt they think, oh no, it's Stark, he's like Cookie or Stefan or something. I don't think I give people fear, but I wouldn't say I was bad.
I've seen you hitting quite a lot of mate shots. I mean, I guess maybe in the Premiership you don't stand out so much, but coming up in the last season or two, I think your aim or your damage has been fairly prolific, but maybe you're just being modest, you know?
Oh, it doesn't feel like, when I run into a scout v scout, it feels like I've got a decent chance, but it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to win this easily and then rush on with full HP. So I'm very wary when I play against scouts like Cookie, who will hit the meat shots. So I kind of have to sit on health packs and pray.
Well, you know, maybe this is a bit of sports psychology for you, but if you go into a battle thinking, oh, maybe I'm not going to win, a lot of the time you're not going to win, man. You need to be supremely confident. You got to go in there and be like, I am a badass. I'm going to wreck everybody. But maybe that's not your style. I mean, recently, moving on, your team has been struggling to deal with Tack's injuries and I guess his aspirations to become the Karate Kid. This has led directly, I guess, to Decerto's acquisition of former Munster Munch and England scout Arcs. What do you think he brings to the team?
I'd say what he mainly adds is a kind of stability in the comms. Is when we play with Arcs and when we play with Tack, there's a noticeable difference in the comms because Arcs kind of calms everything down and he calls quite a lot, but he doesn't overpower the comms. And also what he adds is he makes plays, which no one in the team seems to do as much as he does. But usually they're in the form of suicides, but they're not stupid suicides. He'll say, I don't know, I'm going to go and suicide in, I'll spawn in time for the next fight or something. And then half the time he'll just die and half the time he'll get a med pick or something.
Do you see him as a direct upgrade from Tack? What would your preference be in terms of scout partner? I want to know, is Arcs stealing away your sniper time?
I actually prefer it when I don't go sniper as much, especially in officials, because it feels like people think I'm like a big sniper, so it kind of puts a lot of pressure on me because I don't think I'm as good. I have my good moments, but I'm not very consistent, I'd say. So when people see me go sniper and they say a caster was watching it, they'd say, "Oh, Stark's switching up to sniper," and then I proceed to miss every shot. It's a bit, I don't know, but he's much better at sniper than me, I'd say, because he plays sniper quite a bit more. So I tend to let him do the sniping.
That doesn't bother you at all then? You're just going to give in, assume the position?
Yeah. But as to whether I prefer Tack or Arcs, I'd say Arcs at the moment, definitely, because Tack's not played in such a long time. We seem to work together better, me and Arcs.
Is Tack, is he out of the roster then, or is he just sort of sitting there inactive?
He plays... he doesn't do karate every single day, so it's like he plays Sundays, I know, and he plays a few other days, because Arcs prefers not to play every single day.
Okay, that's interesting. I've noticed also that you recruit Castos as a backup medic. What's the situation with your terribly named first choice medic? I like to spin.
Well, it's just because Spin wasn't here for a few PCWs, so we got Castos to merc for us, and he was all right. But he wasn't looking for. He was looking for a team, sorry, but there were no teams searching, so he just said, "Could I have backup and play for you a bit more?" And he was good enough, so we said, "Yeah, go on."
Okay, well, we're 3 weeks deep in season 13. You've already suffered a defeat to the Last Resort, who I would say are one of your closest rivals. Have these roster issues with Tack and Spin already taken too heavy a toll on Team Decerto's campaign, or do you think you can bounce back and finish strong?
We did have a bit of roster trouble, but yeah, I'd say so. We didn't have the teamwork really. If we'd had a few more weeks, I think we would have fared quite a lot better in the season. But I think we're going to end up about 6th, I'd say.
Do you feel like Decerto can contest the playoff spots at all, or are you literally battling to avoid relegation?
I doubt we could make the playoffs. If we could, it'd be fantastic, but I just don't really see how it would happen.
Wow, you're just too much of a realist, man. You're putting a real dampener on affairs here. I want you to come out and talk trash, but you're just like, oh no, I'm scared to go in against Scouts. I don't think we're going to lose this season.
I don't think we're going to lose.
You're not going to win. I'm
Do
going to win,
you want
man.
more aggression?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame we lost the Nitros. They're baddies. We're going to win every other game though, so it's going to be fine.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. But beyond season 13, do you see yourself staying with Team Decerto? Is this more of a stepping stone to greatness? I hear Byte is making shadowy moves, assembling a roster for season 14. Might we see TCM Stark in 2013?
He did ask me on IRC, but I wouldn't leave Decerto unless they folded, obviously. But they're nice guys, and I like hanging around with them. Also, Twisted Play asked me as well, but unless Decerto fold, I see no reason to leave them.
See, you're a man in demand. You've got all this hype around you, and you're just so modest, playing yourself down there, man. You need to step up. You need to get some attitude. Become a badass.
I'm not really. I don't really think like that. I don't think myself as good as everybody else thinks I am. Because, for example, they'll see a game I did well, such as the Nation Cup final on Snakewater. I think I got 39 frags. But then I have just as many games where I get, say, 20 or something in 30 minutes, which is quite low for a scout. So I don't know.
Do you think you would benefit from being in I'm going to say a higher skilled team, a team with more collective experience? Like, say, like I said, playing for Byte or playing in BFF or Epsilon? Or are you just too down in your own ability? Do you think you'll never be at Cookie's level?
I think I'd definitely improve if I were in a more experienced team. But I just if I'm playing in a team in TF2, it's not because I want to be the best. It's because I want to have fun playing games. I want to get better, obviously, but I prefer to be in a less experienced team that I enjoyed than playing in a more experienced team which they didn't have a laugh after games or anything. And I've heard a few horror stories about people in Byte's teams where they don't want to play with Byte anymore. I don't want to get.
I thought that was everybody in TF2.
I don't want to get into the point where I'm not looking forward to playing games with my team because I'm going to get shouted at or whatever.
Oh wow! I hope that doesn't affect your application to TCM 2013. But I'm very conscious that my previous interviews have run over into a very long time, so I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to thank you for taking the time to talk to ETF2L and wish you the best of luck in season 13. I'll give you an opportunity to shout out, sponsors, teammates, whatever you want, even me if you like.
Shout out to my friends. Woo. Anyway, thanks for having me.
No shout out to me.
Okay.
I set you up there, man. You're supposed to sing my praises.
Thanks. Shout out to Admirable. He's the best.
Yeah. This has been Admirable once again for ETF2L. Stay tuned for more.